Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about Black Panther, the one that came out a few years ago. And the reason why I'm reviewing that, because Wakanda Forever is coming out this week. So I thought it would be appropriate for me to rewatch the Black Panther movie and give my review out in preparation for Wakanda Forever. So essentially, this movie, in terms of the MCU, takes place a week after the events of Civil War, Captain America Civil War. And T'Challa's father is dead, has been dead for like a week. And we see T'Challa essentially saving the love of his life, because now that T'Challa's father is gone, being the king of Wakanda, T'Challa is not only the Black Panther, the warrior of Wakanda, the protector of Wakanda, but now he is going to have to be king in his father's absence. And so T'Challa saves it, like, his love interest is on the secret mission, which Black Panther interfered, innocently telling her, "Hey, yeah, my father's dead. I'm gonna be initiated as king. Can you? I want you to be there if possible." She says sure, and so essentially we go back. I'm not exactly sure where they are exactly at this point. I'm guessing they're in some part of Africa, just not close to Wakanda ish, if that makes sense. But they go to Wakanda, which also takes place in another part of Africa. And initially, T'Challa, they have this ceremony where, like, whoever has a Black Panther substance in them, they get it drained out, and they will have a trial by combat. And the trial by combat is, if anyone wants to take the mantle of king, they can. And so M'Baku, which is the leader of like the Ape clan, challenges T'Challa, and T'Challa ends up beating him. And I just love M'Baku. He's obnoxious, but I love him. He's an interesting character, that's for sure. And then initially T'Challa, after beating M'Baku, gives the Black Panther back inside him. Powers back inside him. And we get to see him in the ancestral plane, which we see the kings of the past, which kind of felt Lion King-esque to me. And he has a conversation with his father saying, "I don't know if I'm ready to be without you." And the previous king says, "You will, I got faith in you." And then initially we find out that somehow the Wakandans found the location of Claw, which has been Wakanda's I should say lifelong, but Wakanda's long nemesis, a rival enemy, pain in the butt, whatever term you want to use. And so Black Panther, one of the I think it was the leader of the Dora Naje, and Black Panther's love interest goes under this mission. And Black Panther promises of one of his good friends that, "Hey, I will come back. I will come back and bring Claw here," because Claw killed his friend's parents. And so we go to the casino. One person that we were introduced to in Captain America Civil War is there, and he is making this buy from Claw, which later on gets turn into a bar, like a fight, which in turn allows Black Panther and team to capture Claw, interrogate him, creating some reasonable doubt on the Hobbit guy, because I'm calling him Hobbit because the actor was in the Hobbit trilogy. So Claw in the interrogation caused some reasonable doubt in the Hobbit dude's brain. Hobbit dude comes to T'Challa, and then we see Killmonger essentially freeing um Claw. And this isn't the first time we saw Killmonger in the movie. We saw him steal Wakandan artifact from Sam, which is how the Wakandans found out about Claw. And there's this story that we kind of get told towards the beginning and a bit later on too, where the previous king, the previous Black Panther, went to Killmonger's father's place because Killmonger's father turned out to be a traitor to Wakanda and initially killed Killmonger's father. Killmonger's father's T'Challa's uncle, which makes Killmonger and T'Challa cousins. And initially, Killmonger kills Claw, takes the body of Claw back to Wakanda, and does this whole "See, I'm Wakandan," because if they do this, that's a good way to know if you're Wakanda or not. Because if you do this, you see this blue thing on here, indicating that you're Wakandan descent, and so initially, Killmonger reveals himself to be T'Challa's father's nephew, and challenges T'Challa to the throne, which T'Challa accepts. T'Challa loses, and by all accounts, T'Challa should have died. But seeing how this is his like first solo movie, he ain't gonna die. He ain't gonna die. No. He ain't gonna die. Yeah, he doesn't die until like the sequel. Spoiler alert, which is, he doesn't die like on screen, and apparently he dies off screen. Which I made my feelings pretty clear about that. Anyways, T'Challa, essentially, the family mourns, and love interest mourns. Pretty much everybody mourns in a way, and we find out because Black Panther, T'Challa's love interest, being like Nakia. Nakia initially steals one of the flowers that contains the essence of the Black Panther, as Killmonger says, destroy all of this. There's no need for this shit anymore. And Nakia, she retrieves one of these flowers in the nick of time. So she Koye stays behind. Nakia, Shuri, and the Queen of Wakanda all goes to M'Baku's territory to offer him the Black Panther powers. And M'Baku says, "Come with me," showing that T'Challa's still alive, barely though. That the only thing that's keeping him alive is the snow. So initially, the Queen saves T'Challa's life, and they give T'Challa the Black Panther powers again, which we see Black Panther or T'Challa talking to his father again, and the conversation is T'Challa trying to say, I'm going to set things right," and so essentially they go back to uh their tribe in Wakanda to take back to initially prevent Killmonger from crapping on Wakanda's name. So there's this big fight, and Wakabi, being T'Challa's best friend I mentioned earlier, is mad at T'Challa for not bringing them Claw for some reason. And of course, Wakabi survives, because I'm guessing may be in Wakanda forever. Who knows? But he survives. Um, that battle is won. Um, Killmonger gets his ass handed to him, and it wasn't until my recent viewing of Black Panther where I noticed that Killmonger did. I strongly believe we saw him die. Because for years, I've heard like speculations that we could always bring Black Panther or Killmonger back. Guess we didn't see him die. And for a while, I thought the same thing. Since it came out in 2018, I thought the same thing. But it wasn't until my recent viewing where I paid close attention to that last part. Like after Killmonger did, I may die the same way as my ancestors did mine. I did not realize until this viewing that we did actually see Killmonger die. We just have to pay attention. So will we see Killmonger in was it Wakanda Forever? I don't know. It's I want to say it's unlikely, but it's plausible, especially this being like a comic book type universe. Anyone who dies has a uh has a potential has the potential of surviving. Bucky survived, and in though falling down the train thing in Captain America: First Adventures, and it wasn't until the Winter Soldier, which took place after the events of the first Avengers movie, did we find out that Bucky was alive. So it's possible. It's plausible. And then we see that T'Challa goes takes Shuri back to the area where their father killed their uncle, and says, "Oh yeah, I bought this building, that building, and that building to create a Wakanda school, and you, sir, are going to be ahead of the science and technology building. We're not going to keep Wakanda a secret forever." And initially, that's what the first after credit scene is about. Really, it's T'Challa saying, "Yeah, your preconceived notion of what Wakanda was, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Let me tell you what Wakanda is. I'm not gonna open the Wakandan borders for you guys." And he doesn't say all of that, but it's heavily implied. And the second half of this credit scene is Bucky Barnes coming out of the camp because some kids was playing with him, initially setting up Infinity War, which at this time of recording has been out for like at least 3 years. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I did thoroughly enjoy Black Panther. I watched it 4 times when it was in theaters, so this would be like my sixth or seventh time because I did watch it a few more times after that. Because I do have the Blu-ray of Black Panther, so I did watch it at least 2 times after seeing it the 4 times in theaters, and I'm happy that I gave it a watch, cause a recent watch, cause just to like see if how I felt when I watched Black Panther in theaters those 4 times in 2018, and still how I felt now, and I still hold the same, at least a lot of the same opinions as I did before. Um, as I said in a recent video, I think they should have kept T'Challa alive. Because his story ain't over yet. I don't think his story is over quite yet. And they are prematurely ending his story just because Chadwick sadly passed. And I get that they want to honor his memory, even though that excuse kind of got thrown out when they wanted to recast uh, General Ross because Liam Hurt sadly passed. So that argument kind of got thrown out the window. But yeah, I think Chadwick would have been open to have T'Challa's story continue recast. I think that would have been the best way to honor Chadwick's memory. I'm sure you're going to have gotten some backlash, sure, but it wouldn't be as great as it may be currently with them recasting General Ross because, well, sadly the actor died, and they want to continue that story, but they aren't giving T'Challa the same respect, or T'Challa the same respect, which I did make a whole video about it not so long ago. So I'll have that video in the link to that the link to that video in the description down below. So if you guys want to watch that video, you guys can. That said, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind of one another, and let me know how you guys felt about Wakanda. I mean, not Wakanda Forever, because that movie has yet to come out. Let me know how you guys feel about the first Black Panther movie. With that said, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And talk to your fellow musicians later. Later, daters.